Hello and welcome to the Inside Track. My name is Kyle Caldwell. I'm Deputy Editor of Money Observer magazine. Today I'm joined by Joe Bauernfreund, Manager of the AVI Global Trust. So Joe, to begin with, I was hoping you could give the listeners a flavour of the value opportunities you're seeing at the moment.
Well, as you know, we focus on three different types of companies. We invest in family-controlled holding companies, we invest in other investment trusts, and we invest in special situations, which right now is dominated by small cap opportunities in Japan.
Why in particular are you looking at Japan at the moment?
Well, Japan has long been a market that is out of favour with investors and that has appeared to trade at cheap valuations. However, over the last couple of years, there have been signs that Japan is changing for the better. And the driver of that is the implementation of the Corporate Governance Code and the Stewardship Code, which is encouraging companies to focus on returns on equity, on balance sheet efficiency, and shareholder returns. So we think Japan stands out as a good value opportunity and one that has a catalyst in place to unlock that value.
And is the reason you're predominantly focusing on the smaller company end of that market is because over the very long term, smaller companies do outshine larger companies?
Well, that's part of it. But a lot of what we're trying to do is to identify inefficiencies in the market, securities that are mispriced and overlooked by other investors. The small cap end of the Japanese universe is really out of favour. There's very limited research coverage from the sell side. And wherever there is interest from investors, it tends to be at the larger cap end. And that creates opportunities for fundamental stock pickers like us to really exploit the mispricings and the inefficiencies in the marketplace.
In terms of mispricings in the investment trust space, are there a lot of bargains out there at the moment?
Well, there are opportunities, definitely. We're looking for investment trusts that are on wide discounts, ones that own high quality assets, and ones where there may be an opportunity for us as a large shareholder to actively engage with the boards of those trusts and try and encourage them to implement policies that will help the discount narrow.
Are these typically small-sized investment trusts that retail investors may find difficult to buy?
Not necessarily. They vary. We do invest in some small investment trusts, but typically we'll rarely go below £100 million. And we have some trusts that are very substantial and very large in size.
Could you give us a couple of those examples?
Well, at the larger end of the spectrum, one of our largest holdings right now in AVI Global Trust is a stake in Pershing Square Holdings. Pershing Square Holdings is several $1 billion worth of assets and very much at the larger end of the size spectrum. It trades on a discount that is approaching 30%. That we think is anomalously wide. It has a portfolio that's concentrated on large blue chip liquid companies in the US. And whilst it's had a tricky record since it launched several years ago, this year it's had a phenomenal performance. It's up almost 50% thus far in 2019.
So when you're looking at these sort of opportunities, you're hoping for performance to improve and then the discount to narrow, so it's a double win.
That's right, we're looking for that double whammy, NAV growth and discount contraction.